There we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? Do a little more Final Fantasy XIV. So we finished A Realm Reborn, and we are in the in between stages of this, and I think is it Dawnbringer or Heavensward? So let's do this one right quick, a recurring problem.
I know you have scarce had a chance to rest, but I am afraid there is still work to do. The Ultima weapon's destruction, 'twould seem, has served to embolden the beastmen, who now seek to call down their gods once more.
Even as we speak, the Amali AA, the Nidal, and the Kobolds are making preparations for their respective summoning rites. And that is but the half of it. Much to our dismay, all three tribes were somehow able to procure vast quantities of crystals.
Oh. My turn to say something? Ahem. Basically, this means the primals will be stronger than they were before. Far, far stronger. Their previous incarnations will seem as pale imitations.
The beast tribes, we believe, began hoarding crystals with a vengeance in the wake of the Ultima weapon's maiden appearance. You will remember that as the time it devoured 3 primals in one sitting.
The Grand Companies are aware of the potential primal outbreak. Alas, due to the losses they incurred to ensure the success of Operation Archon, they are ill-equipped to take any meaningful measures.
After deliberation, the leaders concluded that they must needs turn to us once more, to thee.
The etheric waves that were observed in Mordona do not appear to bear a connection to any beast tribe. Yet much and more still remains beyond our knowing. We must be prepared for all possibilities. I am loath to send you into the midst of danger again so soon, but none have proven themselves more capable against the primals than you. Will you undertake this mission, Joseph? You have my thanks. I truly do not know what we would do without you. Go ahead, Thancred.
Ahem. With circumstances as they were, I haven't had the chance to properly express my gratitude. I owe you my life, Joseph. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. A string of failures had left me feeling powerless. I wanted to be stronger, that I might do right by my fellow Scions. But instead I caused you all no end of grief and suffering. I swear to you, it shan't happen again. Owing to everyone's ministrations, I am quite recovered now. I hope to return to my duties again soon.
Thancred's return marks the beginning of a new chapter for the Scions. Let us renew the fire in our hearts and continue to press ever forward. Now then, back to the matter of the primals. With no fewer than 3 of the beings threatening to appear, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. We must take it one sure step at a time. Urianger has the overview of the situation as it stands. Please speak with him to receive guidance on your mission.
Okay. The price of principles.
Joseph, it pleases me to see you well. Do excuse me for interrupting, Joseph. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgana Exports has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Totoro. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this evening. Thank you, my lady. Ever since we defeated Gaius van Baelsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret, with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same: we shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Totoro spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldician colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to. Forgive me. I did not mean to burden you so. Yet, my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. Recall you our meeting with the Admiral, shortly after the Lomenzan sent word of the summoning of Titan? Then mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merlib that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded, that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because, owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Lomenzans to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely.
True.
Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamhigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Joseph. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear.
I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papilimo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know.
None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles? Neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Uda now, and have done with it. I'm quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. Such knowledge as I possess of the beast tribes and their primals is at thy disposal. Whether man or beast man, we are wont to seek power when plunged into the black depths of despair. That despair doth begin with the Amaliaa, who may have already summoned forth Ifrit. With our comrade, Thancred now returned, thou wouldst do well to seek his counsel. 'Tis the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand whilst the other resteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioners' machinations, nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortune so finite.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Confirmation has just arrived from the immortal flames. 'Tis as Urianger said, I fear, the Amaliaa have already summoned Ifrit. A confrontation with the Lord of the Inferno is inevitable. I would like nothing more than to lend you my blade, but the students of Baldesian insisted that I refrain from taking to the field where it concerns primals. I know not the workings of it, but it would seem that recent events have left me especially susceptible to tempering. As much as I hate missing out on the fun, for everybody's sake, I must sit this one out. Instead, I will focus on gathering and analyzing data. Now, the immortal flames have already conducted a preliminary investigation into Ifrit. They may well have information that will be of use to you. Do pay a visit to the Hall of Flames and speak with Commander Swift. One last thing before you depart. Doubtless you remember Minfilia's words, but this Ifrit is a far cry from the primal you first defeated. You will want to assemble your most dependable comrades for the mission. Be safe, my friend. This situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, Joseph.
Alfinord, Joseph. Is aught amiss?
You desired counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the scions of the seventh dawn must leave Uda.
We must do what?
So long as we remain within All Dawn territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an aetherite? They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause. Which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate.
If Uda is no longer suitable, where would you have us go?
Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length, and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory, and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Uda and her people over the years. But I truly believe this to be the best course of action.
As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Uda is our home, Alfinord. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless.
The decision is yours to make, antecedent. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, And which moved you to found the path of the 12 ere that? We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as.
That will be all, Alfinord. I am sure you have some familiar affairs of your own to attend to.
Your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the order, after all.
I think I want strength crit hit. Moving on. Oh, I don't think I need any of those.
Leave Uda. Has it truly come to this? Oh. Joseph. Pray attend to Alfinord. He is engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alfinord waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time.
Confound it. She knows what must be done, and still she hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flamin was her name, though you may know her better as the songstress of Uda. She was a performer of singular talent, and much beloved by the people of Erzia, not to mention a certain Charlian minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia, too, struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Flamin's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flamin is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Ilyud, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress's description has been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth for La Nocia at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Jejeruju as to the veracity of these rumors.
Alright. Oh, God. There's that long-ass quest. The Rise and Fall of Gentlemen. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's a different. That's a class quest or not. I'll check that out. Okay, we'll get him. Get him going.
Joseph, we thank you for coming. The Flame General will be heartened to hear that you have answered the call. As we have already relayed to the Waking Sands, Ifrit has returned. For the sake of peace in the region, we humbly request that you vanquish him. The Primal is to be found in his domain, the Bowl of Embers. To get there, you must use the Beastman Aetherite found within the depths of Zarak, the Amalier A stronghold. The Amalier A have constructed their own Ethernet from salvaged Aetherite shards. This being the case, you should be able to use it without problem. No doubt you already know this from your fellow Scions, but the present incarnation of Ifrit is far stronger than the last. Facing him with any fewer than 7 of your stoutest comrades would be ill-advised. That is all the intelligence we have to share, the rest is in your hands. I shall pray for your victory and safe return.
Okay. Now I don't know if that means I get NPCs again or not. Way of the Samurai. This is a funny and long ass quest here, I think. The Rise and Fall of Gentlemen.
I hear you've been busy as a bee, Joseph. Seems half the whispers what come my way relate to your comings and goings. Being the active type you are, I reckon you'd be interested in investigating some queer rumors, am I right? But before that, let me ask, ever heard of a man named Hildebrand? To hear him tell it, he was Erzia's greatest and most famous inspector. Still, can't say I'm surprised you don't know him. To his credit, Hildebrand and his assistant had a knack for showing up when something shady was afoot. As for sussing out the culprits, well, he had his moments, though I hesitate to give him sole credit. Any road, 5 years ago he gets it in his head that he's cracked the code of Messiah's 7th verse. Dalamud, the calamity, all of it can be stopped, he says, so long as he finds the hero of prophecy. And wouldn't you know it, the hero was Hildebrand himself. So he flies off towards Dalamud. Aye, that's right, he flew. Launches himself straight into the air somehow, ridiculous as it sounds. Course, it's only logical that he's got to come back down, though it was only recently that we found his body. I had reason for bringing this up. Ah, right. So Nashu, Hildebrand's erstwhile assistant, has since become an inspector in her own right. At present, she's investigating the queer rumors I mentioned earlier. She's a sweet lass, a bit daft, but sweet nonetheless. So when I hear she's at wit's end, I want to help. Thing is, I prefer to meddle in the affairs of the living, zombies are most definitely not my forte. So, if you're willing, I'd be grateful if you lent her a hand. As for where to find her, she's like to visit Hildebrand's grave in the Lich Yard when she's frustrated. Try looking for her there first.
Okay. And there was another one over here. Corpse Groom.
Ooh-ah. Huh? Why, you're Joseph Hendry, the famous adventurer. Thank the gods for bringing you here. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Pio Rayo, one of the many faceless adventurers struggling to make their way in Erzia. Forgive me if I sound bitter. I don't begrudge you your renown. Your superiority as an adventurer was obvious to me long before you became a household name. Our paths crossed near Sastasha, you see. Hard to believe we moved in similar circles back then. Speaking of which, do you perchance remember having met a conjurer named Etta around that time? We used to adventure together, she and I and 2 others. Our little group didn't last very long, though. Things fell to pieces when Avere, our leader and Etta's fiancé, met his end in the Tam Terra Deepcroft. Harsh words were exchanged, and we all went our separate ways. Since then, I've been getting by on my own. Truth be told, I hadn't planned on seeing any of my former comrades again, but then this letter arrived from Etta, containing an invitation to her wedding. Now, I know what you're thinking. I should be happy for her. And I was, until I noticed the name of her groom-to-be. It was none other than Avere. What's more, the venue for the ceremony is to be the Tam Terra Deepcroft, the very place the poor fellow died. Something isn't right, I tell you. Now, in the letter, Etta wrote that Lyavin, that's the fourth member of our group, had already agreed to attend. They chanced to meet each other recently, from what I could gather. Not knowing what to make of it all, I thought it wise to consult Lyavin about the whole strange affair before replying. But last I heard, she'd joined the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and I didn't have the first idea how to go about tracking her down. Not until the greatest Scion of them all appeared, that is. Could you tell me where I might find her? In the lichyard of the Church of Saint Adama Landama? I'm sorry, I don't? Slain in an Imperial raid, you say? By the 12, I had no idea.
Oh, she was one of the ones killed.
When did this happen? While the Black Wolf still lived? Then, how can it be that Lyavin met Etta recently? Gods, I don't know what to believe. If it isn't too much to ask, I would be most grateful if you'd show me Lyavin's grave. We didn't always see eye to eye, but she had a good heart, and if she's truly, well, I need to pay my respects. Please, meet me at the lichyard.
Chocobo in the background. Okay. Actually, both of these are the same area. Let me go a little bit further in and see if there's any other quests. Taking the red, that is... I think that is for the red mage quest, and I don't think I want that. Double check. Yeah, I don't need that. All right. See if there's anything in here. Oh, same thing. All right, so let's go to the lich yard. And I can fly now. So this will be fun.
Oh, if only you were still alive, Inspector. You'd know how to stop these zombies. Ah. You there? Could it be? You've come to offer your services to me. Oh, but where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. Ahem. My name is Nashu, Agent of Inquiries. Extraordinary Inspector. At least, that's what I'm trying to be. It's not quite as easy as he made it look. Inspector Hildebrand was a great man, a real Eorzean hero. We traveled the world, me and him, solving cases and thwarting evil. No matter the mystery, you could always count on the inspector to solve it with grace and style. But then there was the final case. The case of the century, he called it, how to stop the Red Moon from destroying the world. To save us all, he flew into the sky, and all I could do was watch. But then he came back down, and he. This is all a joke, a big, funny joke. Right, Inspector? Any moment now, you'll burst out of the ground and shout, surprise. Had you fooled, eh? And we'll laugh and laugh. They say no one remembers the warriors of light. Their names, their faces, all gone forever. But I remember you, Inspector, no, gentleman hero Hildebrand. I can never be the hero you were, but I'll do my best to try. I, Nashu, Inspector Extraordinaire, will carry on your legacy. So I told myself, well, Nashu, there must be a leader, a head zombie, who tells the rest what to do. Therefore, all we need to do is kill him, again, that is. Unfortunately, I don't know where he is, or how to find him. But now that you're here, my faithful assistant, you can try the one good idea I've come up with so far. If you go to where these dapper zombies were last seen in southern Thanalan, you might find them. And then you could, you could become their friend and ask to meet their leader. Yes, that's sure to work.
Okay, sure. There.
The tombstone has been knocked over, and the earth before it disturbed. So this is where poor Liavin now lies. What's the meaning of this? Not only is her grave defiled, her body's gone. Who could have done this? Oh, no. Could it have been Edda? The more I think about it, the more it makes. Well, I was going to say sense, but gods. I will try to explain. To the rest of us, our little party of 4 was but a means to riches and glory, such things as adventurers seek. But to Edda, it was her life. She blamed herself for Avere's death, and to our shame, we agreed with her, though we knew full well we were all to blame. And then we left her where she stood with her fiancé's head for company. Ack! How could we have been so heartless? Small wonder if the poor girl has been driven from her wits. But what's done is done. All we can do is admit to our mistakes and make amends as best we can. Avere is gone, and so is Liavin, but Edda refuses to accept it. She won't let go of the past. I know not what she means to do in Tamtera, but it can lead to no good end. I will attend this wedding, and try to restore her to her senses. I would be much reassured if you could accompany me, Joseph. As Averi once did, so too does Etta look up to you. She may not listen to me, but she may yet heed the words of someone she admires. And failing that. No, it doesn't bear thinking about. If we hurry, it need not come to that. Please meet me at the Tam Terra Deepcroft. Together, we'll put an end to whatever madness Etta is planning.
Okay. Okay, so we got hard mode accessible now. And that does require real people. Okay. But it's not a quest I have to do. It's there to do it at any time. Cool. Alright. Over there. Okay, we can go down there. Okay. Let's go back there then. Actually, I'm level 52 now, aren't I?
Did you find the zombies? You did? That's wonderful. I've been busy, too. The head zombie will rue the day he meets me, you'll see. So, tell me, what did you learn? Oh, so you weren't able to make new friends. That's a shame. But this parchment. This is a map of the Segolii Desert. There's a spot marked here in the south, and look, there's something written here. A gentleman is, rather than does. That sort of reminds me of, well, no matter, let's see where this map takes us, assistant. Onward, to the Segolii. I don't think I misread the map. Maybe they're just shy, though. I say we call out to them and let them know we come in peace, and when the leader shows himself, we strike.
Who summons the gentle dead men? They live, and we hunger. My brothers, lend me your ears. A gentleman does not dine upon his guests. Spare this fine gentleman and fair lady your mastications. Withdraw, I say, and harass them no more.
Up in the sky, look. It's a bird, no. It's an airship, no. It's the inspector.
We hear, and we obey.
It is you, it really is you. I knew nothing could kill the great Inspector Hildebrand.
Hildebrand? Who is this Hildebrand of whom you speak? My name is Zombie Brand, devourer of brains. Undead overlord extraordinaire.
The music.
What are you saying? You're not an undead overlord, you're a gentleman inspector.
Erg. Inspector. Overlord. Inspector. Overlord.
Oh, Inspector, you're just confused is all. Don't worry, I'll knock some sense back into that noggin of yours.
Stay your hand, m'lady. You know not what you do. Even if I were the esteemed gentleman you purport me to be, the concussive force of the blast is more like to liquefy mine.
If crashing into the ground made you forget, then an explosion of equal force ought to make you remember. I'll save you, Inspector, or kill you trying.
See? Even you acknowledge the possibility that this plan will result in my death. Normally I would applaud your ingenuity, Nashu, but I would have preferred that you found a more elegant solution.
Ah. He remembers me. Inspector Hildebrand remembers me.
Yes, yes, I remember you, my faithful assistant. What I do not quite remember is how I came to be here. Ah, such a wonderful dream. I slew a dragon, and what is this place? And for that matter, who am I? I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have awoken at last.
I always knew you'd come back to us.
Be it Red Moon or Black Dragon, no fiend is a match for my legendary might. And who might this fine gentleman be? Could he perhaps be one of my many admire? Oh, but what is this faint tingling sensation in my arm? This ringing in my ears, this dizziness. Could it be a case?
It could be a case. Back in the saddle.
Verily, it could be naught else. Somewhere nearby dastardly doings are afoot, and only I can thwart them. Copious quantities of sand, unbearable heat. Aha! The Segoli Desert, I'd bet my life on it. Which means Uda is but a short trek away. Yes, it all fits. Only that den of iniquity could so violently trigger my keen investigator's sense. Fear not, law-abiding citizens. Inspector Hildebrand shall soon deliver you from evil.
Okay. To Ulda we go.
Beg your pardon? You wish to question me as to the whereabouts of that deviant running about town dressed in rags? Do I look like a reporter for the Mithril Eye?
What? You're looking for a half-naked Highlander what likes to catch criminals? I think I'd remember a thing like that. If ye do manage to find this inspector friend of yours, tell him to do something about the goddamn duelist. Me mate's pa's cousin's kid's best friend lost his blade the other day to that bastard. Sorry, lad, but if it's information you want, you'd be served best by going to Wyman. The only rumors I've heard are those about the weapon thief. Calls himself a duelist, or so I hear, but when you don't allow your opponents to refuse, well.
Back out there.
I take it you've dealt with that zombie problem, eh? So, do tell, just why were they dressing up like dandies? Wyman. Hey, Wyman. Tall almighty bugger me with a bleeding spear. The dead have risen, and they're walking the streets of Uda. No need for melodrama, my good man. As you can see, reports of my death were greatly exaggerated.
It's true, he's not a zombie. I checked.
Aye, you do seem to be hale and healthy. Which, begs the question, how in the seven hells did you survive that fall? Why question divine providence? What matters is that Erzia's champion has returned, and that he, and by that I mean I, shall bring this thieving duelist to justice. Heard about that, did you? Might be harder than you think. Even I've got no inkling of that fellow's current whereabouts. Inconceivable. I refuse to believe that the ever-inquisitive, ever-ambitious, ever-reliable Wyman is without a single shred of information, even one of dubious relevance. Well. I make no promises, mind you, but there was some talk of a fair maiden what said her most. This knave assaulted a young woman as well? The audacity. I should fly to her side at. Why, if it isn't the gentleman from the Segoli? A serendipitous encounter indeed. Unless, you too seek the belligerent duelist? Capital. It will be invigorating to engage in a friendly battle of wits. Already the spirit of competition fills me. Come, Nashu. We must away. Damn it, Hildy, I ain't told you the lass's name yet.
After her own heart.
Well, Joseph, you might as well go after him. He'll be disappointed if you don't. The lady in question is named Yellow Moon. She's a woman with a taste for the finer things in life. Safe to say you'll find her getting fitted for something in the Weavers Guild most every day. Good luck with the inspectin', Inspector.
My beloved pure heart was unlike any wand you've ever seen. Elegant, refined, the perfect accessory for any cultured woman. You will bring it back to me, won't you?
A priceless possession, callously ripped from the hands of its owner. The lady weeps, and the wind bears her sorrow to his ears. What gentleman could hear this clarion call and not beg the honor of championing her cause?
What in the world?
I swear to you, here and now, I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall scour all creation, from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for your pure heart.
What he said.
And you, my fellow servant of justice. I see your instincts are not to be underestimated, having guided you to this fair maiden's side. Now then, Miss Moon, what can you tell us of the theft?
Thefts, sir, to be precise. My pure heart was only the most recent item to be taken from me. I'm certain I had it when I left home the other day. After I browsed the latest fashions at Sunsilk and took in a match at the Colosseum, I realized it was gone.
So the time and location of the theft are unknown, essential details, without which we cannot solve the case. There is but one logical course of action, Miss Moon. To coax the hidden clues from your memories, we must reenact that fateful day's excursion to Sunsilk Tapestries. Miss Moon, would you be so kind as to describe your visit in detail on the day in question?
Nothing unusual happened, but if you insist. I was pondering whether or not to purchase a new dress, when a man approached me and confessed his undying love. What sort of man says that to a complete stranger, I ask you? Naturally, I was taken aback. I dropped my purse, in shock, not intentionally, on his foot, and he cried out in pain and fled.
If I may be so bold, Miss Moon, that strikes me as a most unusual happening. In any case, it appears to be completely unrelated to the theft. Let us next proceed to the Colosseum and see what you remember. Once again, Miss Moon, if you would be so kind as to tell us what you remember.
Well, like before, nothing unusual happened. I felt like gambling that day and was debating which match to observe, when a gladiator approached me from behind and confessed his undying love. Naturally, I was taken aback. I whirled about and struck the man in the face with my purse, in shock, not intentionally. Unfortunately, Since I was carrying a tremendous sum of money, my purse weighed about 6 score ponzes, and the blow was enough to render him unconscious.
120 ponzes? Miss Moon, you are a remarkably strong woman. Which is precisely why you were targeted. Oh, it's so obvious in hindsight. The thief bore you a grudge. No, it's more than that, he hated you with a passion.
There sure are a lot of giant crates in Uda. At the Weavers' Guild, at Sunsilk Tapestries, and here too. These crates are everywhere, Joseph. I wonder what's inside? Ah, of course. I still have plenty of explosives. Here, why don't you try? It'll be fun.
At the heart of every crime rests a single, unassailable truth, reached only by navigating a web of falsehoods and contradictions. Hearken to me now, for as a shepherd leads his flock, I shall guide you to my irrefutable conclusion. A gladiator professes his feelings only to be rejected and physically assaulted in response, wounding his pride as a warrior and man. Resenting her prowess whilst recognizing his weakness, he carries out a more feasible vengeance. He robs Yellow Moon of her weapon, the pure heart.
Inspector, we found the pure heart. These strange men sneaking around town in wooden crates had it.
It's not what you think. We're not thieves, we're devotees. Yellow Moon is our sun and stars, we only wish to keep her safe from harm. And, should she misplace an item from time to time, we'd collect it, for safekeeping, nothing untoward.
You deviants were behind all the thefts. All this time, you've been stalking me. What nerve?
Ah. Such unbridled fury, such righteous indignation. We should be glad to accept the goddess's punishment. Goddess? Devotees? Ah. But of course. That I had you inspect those crates was a stroke of genius indeed. As I was elucidating but a moment ago, those fiends are obviously the ones responsible for the recent rash of weapon thefts, as those thefts were carried out by a single individual, you imbecile. Lest you've forgotten, the culprit is a duelist, he only claims his victims' weapons after defeating them in single combat. If your powers of observation are as great as you claim, you should have deduced that those buffoons in boxes were incapable of such.
I should know, I'm a reporter for the Mithril Eye. My name is Ellie, and I've been investigating these incidents for weeks. Inspector Hildebrand, gentleman investigator and agent of inquiry, I presume? You're looking well for a dead man. Would you like to meet one of the duelist's victims? I'll introduce you, with pleasure.
You would be willing to share such precious information with me? Your generosity is commendable, Miss Ellie. May this mark the beginning of a long and beautiful friendship.
Yes, very good. The name of the man is...
He's already gone.
Huh? Where in the bloody hells do you think you're going? I haven't told you anything yet.
Oh, he's so stupid. It's great. The Immaculate Deception.
I suppose since you're the imbecile's friend, you intend to help him. The man you want to find is an adventurer named Humphrey. At present, he can be found at the Golden Bazaar. With luck, the good inspector may find his way there by the time you arrive. If not, then so be it. Ha ha. I wonder what will happen when he discovers that the victim is a perpetrator as well?
I'm Humphrey. And you are? At last, I've caught up with you. You there, young sir, I am told you are a victim of the marauding duelist? Me? A victim? Ha ha ha, how amusing, you amuse me. True, I was challenged by the duelist not long ago. But where he thought to find a whelp, he found a warrior of light instead. I defended my honor and my blade, see for yourself.
You mean you won? That's amazing.
Hey, well, it was nothing compared to what I faced at Cartano. Mahitek to the right of us, Mahitek to the left of us. Stuck in the middle with Master Lu, we were. Kor, he was a dab hand with the old magic, he was. I tried to save him, of course, but there's a limit to how many giant beasties a man can.
That man is no warrior of light. Tell them, Eliezer. Tell them how he lost and surrendered a sword that was not his own.
Liar. Scoundrel. I trusted that bastard with me father's blade, bid him take it to a smithy for restoration, even gave him gil to pay for it. Then he comes crawlin' back snivelin' and beggin' forgiveness for losin' it in a duel. As if that's enough to set things right. Look at me, ye bleedin' horsin', look at me. Me flowin' golden locks are no more. I've gone bald from the stress and heartbreak. I swear to everything holy that you'll face a reckonin' if ye don't bring her back to me. All right. He beat the shite out of me and took the old man's sword. I used the gil to pay the chirurgeon. I have no idea where he or the sword is. What am I supposed to do, huh? I can't give him what I don't have. Unless you help me find the sword. That's what you do, right? Help people?
Have you no shame? First you claim a legacy not your own, then you beg others to help you with problems of your own making. You will refuse this man, won't you, Inspector?
And what of Eliezer's flowing golden locks? How will forsaking young Humphrey help the man he has wronged? We shall begin our search for the sword by questioning the people of the Golden Bazaar.
Antique swords. Oh, I haven't the foggiest about that. That traveling merchant Joe Jumper is the one you ought to speak with, assuming he hasn't left. That boy should be ashamed of himself. Robbing poor Eliezer of a priceless family heirloom. Just goes to show you should never trust an adventurer who claims to be a warrior of light. Thieves and tricksters, the lot of them. It may not be the most honorable solution, but mayhap you should consider giving Eliezer a counterfeit blade. If the deception brings him peace in his final days, would it be so wrong?
Yet what drive Eliezer's sword? Wasn't much to look at, but at least it was authentic. More than a few collectors have been tricked into purchasing counterfeit relics. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of an ancient sword, at least, not of one I can guarantee to be authentic. You see, any wares I determine to be of dubious origins I immediately discard in the spring east of Camp Drybone. Although I have no swords for sale at present, I may have disposed of a facsimile similar in design to the one you describe. This presents a quandary. Though I am loath to deceive an honorable man like Eliezer, a well-intentioned ruse may put his heart at ease, thus spurring the rejuvenation of his flowing golden locks, whilst we continue to search for the genuine article.
Well, if there is a sword in that spring, it won't remain there for long. It's one of the more convenient sources of fresh water for the common folk in Camp Tribone.
TSK TSK. You should endeavor to be more optimistic, Miss Ellie, like me. I say we search the spring first before declaring all to be lost.
Let's see what this is up here. Just a light of a building? Yeah. Okay.
It occurs to me that I am not yet fully recovered from my accumulated injuries. It would not be prudent to immerse my body in water. Not without first coating it with a liberal application of salamander oil, that is. Indeed, on many an occasion my dearest mother tended my childhood scrapes just so. You understand the importance of physical rehabilitation, yes? Then you can assist me by pouring the oil all over my body. Ah, this comforting scent, as though I am a child in her arms. Quickly now, before it dries, knead the oil into my aching flesh. Ah, the rel, ga. The pain multiplies manifold. Gently, now, gently. Oh gods, oh gods, oh gods. Yes, at last. My muscles slacken and soften, the warmth spreads, and the pain becomes pleasure.
Alrighty.
Right there, yes. Keep doing that, just like that, just like, yes. Now, once more, with feeling. Ah. Never before have I received such splendid ministrations. Now, then, into the spring. You as well, my good man. You've been productive. Excellent. May I see what you've found?
We ain't found shit.
No sign of the sword Jojompa mentioned, I see.
Ah. Now I'm all wet. What was that, anyway? Did something cause you to?
Once again, my instincts have guided us to our quarry. That I had you search that section of the spring was a stroke of.
Inspector, it's bad for your health to conduct investigations in those clothes. I'll go to Uda and fetch you some new ones.
How thoughtful of you, Nashu. While you're there, purchase a few bottles of hair tonic for Eliezer as well, the newest, most potent blend you can find. Is it not wonderful, my friend? Soon all of Eliezer's woes will be no more. As promised, I return to you your father's ancient blade. Aye, it is her. Every chip and scratch is just as I remember. Gods bless ye, sir.
I never expected you would go to such lengths for two strangers without thought of reward. Altruism is a rare trait these days.
'Tis common enough if you know where to look. A gentleman recognizes the good in every soul, and understands that none deserve to be forsaken.
Spoken like a true gentleman, though your garments beg to differ. Inspector, I've brought your change of clothing. I also bought a supply of tonic from this peddler I met in Pearl Lane.
Excellent work, Nashu. If you would just bring me that case.
Inspector? Inspector Hildebrand?
There appears to be something lodged in my forehead. Could it be a missive from an adoring admirer? The author neglected to pen her name. I shall come to claim the collector's blade. Is that supposed to be flattering?
No, it's supposed to be intimidating. The duelist wrote this. He's daring you to stop him.
A challenge. For me. Oh, at last, the curtain rises. Very well. If I am to duel the duelist, I must dress for the occasion. I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, accept your challenge. He's incredible. So bold, so majestic, just like a warrior of light. No, a gentleman of light.
He is, exceptionally, something. Call. Inspector Hildebrand, you look amazing.
God.
Hildebrand. This is far from the strongest of swords. Blue skies and the rolling desert.
Oh, it's Gilgamesh.
How much longer must I seek the blade of legend?
Oh, this is talking about what's happening next time. My god, that shit is so funny. I can't remember if I can... Oh, let's see.
Hey, I know that spear. That's the one I found buried with the pumpkins. Pumpkins sort of remind me of, no, it's gone. Never mind.
I can't remember if I can go straight into this next one or if I have to do a certain level or... Oh, I think I can go right into it. The science of deduction.
Perchance you are curious about the duelist's declared target. It so happens I have identified the weapon in question. The treaty blade is part of an Ishgardian noble's collection, or was, I should say. No, it has not yet been stolen, it has been purchased by an Udan collector, the wife of a wealthy merchant living in Vesper Bay. Suffice it to say, I would be remiss in my duties as a reporter were I to not investigate her. And should the duelist strike whilst I am present? Well, I hope I needn't explain what a golden opportunity that would be. Ingratiating myself to her may prove to be the greatest challenge, though. I'm told she is a difficult woman to please. Fortunately, I am also told that she has a fondness for rare flowers, the sort Tutuzi in Camp Drybone sells. You can come along, if you'd like. Here you are, miss. Thank you for your patronage.
Was it for love or money that you killed him?
It was you?
Have you gone mad? That was an Amali AA arrow in his back. I don't even know how to shoot a bow. Amali AA don't shoot fleeing unarmed merchants, they capture and temper them. Not that you or your victim make for convincing merchants. If you're going to misrepresent yourself, put some effort into it. Wear gloves, for God's sakes, or at least don't wave your hands in front of my face. The calluses on your fingers betray you as a veteran archer. Doubtless you used your skills to great effect 5 years ago, as did your partner. So again, I ask, was it because he took from you your share, or your sister? You don't touch a man's kin. He knew that, and yet he. Damn. I thought he did it for the money. You too, he's all yours. Yes, of course. Thank you for the help, Inspector.
At least he's competent. But when did investigating crimes become such a popular profession? It's not his job, you know, he just likes doing it. He belongs to one of Ishgard's high houses, some say he's a baron. Not at all like that buffoon Hildebrand, don't you think? I try not to think about Hildebrand. We should get going. Lady Durilda will not take kindly to wilted flowers.
The weaponsmith of legend.
How fares the adventuring of late? Your gear holding up against the rigors of the trade? Make no mistake, my friend, the quality of your weapon may well prove the difference between life and death. If you're serious about such things, there's someone I can introduce you to. Her name is Rowena, and she is a collector of all manner of rare artifacts. She just might have something in her stock to suit your martial prowess. Rowena used to do business in Uda, but has since relocated to Revenant's Toll so as to be nearer to the ancient ruins from which she derives her livelihood. Should you ever have reason to go there, you'd do well to pay her a call. Ah, nothing like staring out at the sea to bring an old man back to his glory days. Aye, the good old times when his whole life still lay ahead of him, and the greatest adventures were yet to be. Gah! Don't ye know better than to sneak up on your elders like that, young'un? Are ye trying to send me to an early grave? Well, not early, as such. But don't tell me, I can see it just from the look of you. You're an adventurer, and an accomplished one at that, yes? Aye, ye may not be the graybeard I am, but I reckon you've a memory or two you'd be keen on remembering. So what say ye join me for a while before ye return to the road? After all, sometimes reflecting on the past can be just what you need to discover the path ye'd forge into the future.
New game plus unlocked.
You now have access to the New Game Plus system. New Game Plus allows you to relive the adventures of your past by replaying previous quests with your current character data. To replay old quests with New Game Plus, open the New Game Plus interface located under Duty in the main menu, and select the chapter you wish to experience anew. Please note that special rules and conditions will apply when replaying quests with New Game Plus. For detailed information, please review the help text in the New Game Plus menu.
Okay. Interesting. Where was I going for this one? Over here?
Again, as I told the last 20 who came before, if you have come looking for work, you are too late. And even if I were in need of additional security, I would not deign to hire a common adventurer. Now remove yourself from my sight before I have you removed. Did you really think I could be so easily manipulated? Present the right gift, speak the magic words, and you would earn my respect. What is more, a flower's beauty is fleeting. I value beauty which transcends the boundaries of time, everlasting, enduring, unchanging. Like mine. Now get out. Forgive us, Lady Durilda. We meant no disrespect. We were afraid that you would not heed our warnings otherwise. A notorious, violent thief is plotting to steal the treaty blade. You fools. I shall come to claim the collector's blade, yes? I read the mithril eye. I know full well of whom you speak, and it is none of your concern. I have a legion of guards at my disposal. Should he try, I will have him seized or worse. And even if by some miracle he should succeed, he will not escape my wrath, for I have retained the services of a certain gentleman. Ah, but you may see for yourself. Like every piece in my collection, he has been chosen with the utmost care. Now look on my peerless inspector, interlopers, and despair.
Ships that pass in the night, a signal shown in the darkness. The lady cries out for a guardian, and a gentleman must needs oblige. I swear to you, here and now, I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall neither slumber nor sleep until the fiend who covets the treaty blade is brought to justice. Good sir, what brings you here? Are you come in pursuit of the duelist as well? Or, perchance, in pursuit of me?
As if I would spend a single gil on an insufferable, incompetent.
To be fair, you are not spending a single gil on me. The chance to investigate such an intriguing case is payment enough. Preemptive declarations of criminal intent are hardly in vogue. Sorry I'm late. Busy solving a murder. Briardian, consulting inspector. At your service, my lady. Conniving inspector? Consulting inspector. Rotting flesh and saltpeter. Hildebrand Manderville and Nashum Hakaraka, I presume. Two rank amateurs playing at a profession of which they know not. Call me when you've finished with these wastrels.
You see? I do not want nor need your help. Briardian is more than capable of overseeing the transfer. Now get out, all of you. Where have you been, Maria? And where is my vase? There was this strange flying thing, and the vase, I dropped it in the water. I was so. That vase once belonged to the royal house of Thorn. Do you have any idea how much it was worth? You will go back outside right now and search for my vase, and you are not to return until you find it. Do I make myself clear?
My lady, pray allow me to go in the girl's stead. It is not safe, for she herself spoke of a ferocious wild beast. With my unmatched investigative skills, I shall swiftly locate and recover the missing vase, thereby earning your respect. At which point, you will gladly grant me permission to investigate the thieving duelist. Verily, it is a plan fiendishly clever in its intricacies.
Not when spoken aloud.
Miss Maria, would you be so kind as to tell me exactly what happened?
I picked up the vase in Uda like Mother said, and I was on my way home. I was crossing the bridge, and then the flying thing came. I got scared, so I ran. When I stopped, it was gone. But, so was the vase. I think I dropped it in Nofika's wells. I want to go and look. But there were scary looking things down there. I'm scared to go alone.
You are no longer alone, Miss Maria. We shall go together and look for the vase, all five of us.
all 4 of you. I'm going after Inspector Bradian. If the duelist strikes, I mean to be there.
But, Miss Ellie, how can you ignore the plight of a young girl for the sake of a story?
Because that's my job, you imbecile.
Well, we shall not be derelict in our duty to justice. Come, Nashu. We must away.
You don't even know what the bloody vase looks like. Maria, dear, listen, if it gets dangerous, or if you feel afraid, you run to this adventurer for help, understand?
A vase? Well, anything that falls in the water is like to be swept downstream fairly quickly. Does this have anything to do with that queer winged beast I saw earlier? No? Never mind, then. That girl what run by earlier? I seen her. Had something in her hands, but dropped it while crossing the bridge. Didn't get a good look, but I reckon it don't matter any road. Whatever it was, it's long gone by now. A pox upon the thieving demon bird. He shall rue the day he crossed paths with me.
Wait, that's Gilgamesh right there.
Huh? A vase? I know not of what you, God, curse this infernal refuse underfoot. Every point is a dagger. There is something in the water at the man's feet.
That's the duelist.
Do I spy the treasured vase of Lady Dorilda over? Oh. Oh dear. Does this belong to you, child? Forgive me, I was so engrossed in my search that I did not notice. Your search for what, pray tell? The demon bird that absconded with my weapon. I set it down for but a moment, only to see it next in the talons of that accursed creature. I gave chase, following it to these waters, and in my haste I must have stepped upon your vase.
Don't fret, Maria. I know it looks bad, but I'm sure Inspector Hildebrand will think of something.
Oh, but I already have, my faithful assistant. Hearken to me now, for as the rising sun doth dispel the dark, so shall my solution resolve our dilemma.
Ugh. I didn't even see what that said.
Come to present your findings, have you? Splendid. Let's have a look. Well done, my friend. This should be more than sufficient for our needs. He has performed miracles with far less, after all.
The hammer.
There is but one person in all Erzea capable of reconstructing this vase. A man whose skill with the hammer has brought rival goldsmiths low. So breathtaking are his works, so fearsome his competitive spirit. This man is no mere goldsmith. You speak of him as one would of a great warrior. Once, a notorious gang of thieves perpetrated a series of robberies in Uda, targeting establishments which sold luxury goods. One such shop was owned by the humble lapidary of whom I speak. His was the last shop the thieves struck, for the following morning they were found beaten, bound, and gagged in the gold court. The brass blades never learned who was responsible. The only information they had was the testimony of a thief, who kept muttering the words, "The hammer. The hammer."
He sounds dangerous.
Aye, that he does. And I do so enjoy the company of dangerous men. But where are my manners? I have yet to properly introduce myself. I am Gilgamesh, and that is my companion, and Kidu. Well, not really. It has been many moons since last I saw her, so to ease the burden of loneliness, I tamed a rooster and painted it green. In any case, you mean to search for this goldsmith, yes? If so, it would be my pleasure to help. The pleasure is all mine, Gilligan. I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, bid you welcome. If it is that hard for you to remember, I give you leave to call me Gil. Excellent suggestion, Greg. Playful monikers are an effective means of building camaraderie. Call me Hildy. Now then, from what I know of the goldsmith's propensity to procure his materials himself, I have deduced that he is most like to be found in the vicinity of Blue Fog in northern Thanalan. It is there we shall begin our search.
The blue fog. You said that was northern Thanalan, right? Yeah.
The Doblin's wounds indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north.
I don't think it's been dead long. Maybe whoever did it is still around?
The basilisk's wounds indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north. A single blow to the head. Impressive. The Doblin, the basilisk, this Armin, All were slain with a hammer. As was that beast over yonder, unless I am mistaken. That chimera must be his latest prize, which means he must still be about.
Damn.
Mayhap he is watching us at this very moment, attempting to ascertain our intentions. He was ever a cautious man when on the hunt. Alas, it comes to this. Though every fiber of my being cries out in rebellion, I must break my oath and do the unspeakable. What must you do that is so terrible? I must dance. I'm a Manderville man, doing what only a Manderville can, from the peaks of Coerthas to Thanalan, Manderville man, I cannot avert mine eyes. That is the dance of House Manderville, passed down from father to son. Were I to perform it within sight of our quarry, he would not be able to resist revealing himself. Alas, I neglected to properly stretch my legs beforehand. My good man, I see no other solution. You must dance in my stead. Though it be a gross, nay, unconscionable, violation of my family's traditions, I must bequeath to you the Manderville. You have learned the emote Manderville dance.
Yeah.
What manner of man can be summoned only through dance?
Not you. Damn it, your hitbox is too large. Manderville men.
We are as siblings now, my constant comrade, for I have shared with you the secrets of House Manderville. Now you must use that knowledge. Go to the fallen chimera and dance like only a Manderville can. Fancy yourself a Manderville man? You would do what only a Manderville can? Then lift your legs, and put up your hands, be a Manderville, man exclamation mark. He comes. Ho ho ho. You have naught to fear from me, not at all. The only accounts I came to settle were with the chimera. But you were not drawn here by some coincidence, were you? No, you came in search of me, Godbert. Why else would you gyrate your hips in such a gentlemanly fashion, if not that? But, more importantly, how in the hells did you learn the Manderville? If I did not teach you, then who? By the grace of Tal, what sorcery is this? He yet lives? Hildebrand Heliter Maximilian.
Suplex.
"10 years, Hildebrand, 10 years since you left home. And 5 since I learned of your trip to Delamut. How long were you planning to allow your mother and father to suffer under the illusion that their beloved son was dead?" "Son? You are Hildy's father?" Godbert the goldsmith's a Manderville man, smithing is only a Manderville can, oil him up and give him a tan, fit for a Manderville man, exclamation mark.
Yeah.
"Please, father, cease your undulations at once. There are more pressing matters at hand." "This antique vase must be made whole once more, for the sake of Miss Maria." "Ha! Do not worry, little one, I deal with worse cases before my morning bowel movement." "Hold your applause until the end. By'r Gott, guide my hammer." "Look how it sparkles in the twilight, how it radiates elegance. Would you all not agree that it is a work of art? You've completely destroyed a priceless antique's historical value." "Nonsense. I have taken a dull, unremarkable vase and transformed it into something far superior. I hope you were paying attention, Hildy. How long has it been since you last held a hammer?" "Father, that is not my path. I am an agent of inquiry, an inspector. It is my duty to help those in need. Miss Maria is one such person. There are others, too, innocent people whose weapons were callously ripped from their hands by a thieving duelist. I thought you had put away childish dreams. No matter, you will understand in due time." "No, I will not. I am an inspector, father. I can be naught else."
Mr. Godbert, sir, I don't think my mother's going to like what you did. She probably won't let Mr. Hildebrand help with the investigation."
"We cannot say that for certain, can we? Mayhap she will take a liking to this reimagining." "You spoke of a thieving duelist, did you not? It so happens I am something of a duelist myself. Were we to cross paths with this fellow, I would welcome the opportunity to pit my skills against his. And Kidu as well, I should think. I see you two possess a strong sense of justice. Full glad am I to have met you, Greg. Now, let us return to Vesper Bay and see how our vase is received." "Vesper Bay, you say? What a coincidence. I shall be traveling there on business once I have finished gathering materials." "Oh, I think I might have seen the demon bird which took my weapon. Go on without me, I shall follow anon."
Alright, back to Vesper Bay we go. Let's turn this quest in and probably call it. Oh. she's over here.
I hope she likes it. Mother, I brought you the vase. By the gods, have you all no shame? How dare you make my daughter complicit in your chicanery? I don't know where you found this gaudy trash, but it bears no resemblance whatsoever to the vase I purchased. Now see here, Lady Gerilda. Not only did you send Maria to fetch your priceless vase alone, placing her in considerable danger should bandits or wild beasts attack, which they did, but...
Gaudy trash?
Lord Mandeville, sir, I did not realize you had arrived. Though I know it is nothing compared to the lavish accommodations an esteemed gentleman such as yourself must enjoy, I pray my humble abode meets with your satisfaction.
Oh, it does, my lady, it does indeed, especially that exquisite vase over yonder. Although I gather from your previous comments that you do not like my reconstruction?
Your reconstruction? Oh ho ho, I don't like it, I love it. I would go so far as to call it the new centerpiece of my Thorn Dynasty collection.
Ah, what a relief. I would have been most distressed had you said otherwise. We Mandervilles do so take pride in our work and ever strive for professional perfection. Oh, but why am I repeating what my son Hildebrand doubtless told you when he offered to investigate the duelist threats? Enough expository banter.
I cannot recall if your son used those precise words, but I do remember thinking that his help would be most welcome. You will be helping us, Inspector Hildebrand, will you not? Wait a minute, your father is Lord Godbert Mandeville, the man who took Aolandi Quiveron's seat on the syndicate.
It appears there have been a great many developments over the past 10 years of which I was completely unaware. In any case, we must redirect our energies towards the investigation of the thieving duelist. Our first order of business will be to review all the facts with consenting Inspector Briardian.
Okay, maybe Gilgamesh isn't the thief. I thought he was. Okay. We will finish this up next time. I think the last thing I gotta do is talk to him. But yeah, okay. Doing a lot of side quests right now, which is fine. The Godbert and Manderville stuff takes a while to do.